Okay, I don't know what to call this segment. Just a bunch of thoughts in my head, and I'm thinking. A while ago, I was thinking, and now about what would the first child born on the International Space Station be, or even a commercial flight for that matter, if it's going to outer space, because like if you're born on American soil, you're an American citizen unless you're born to a foreign diplomat. Um, so I'm kind of curious, like how many other countries hold that same exact um, thing. Like if I'm born in this country on their soil, if I'm a citizen of that country, and then it got me to thinking, and I'm just like, wow, that could be the first kid born that basically doesn't need a passport to travel. Like he would be like the rightful heir of the earth, because it's the International Space Station. So he'd be a citizen of every country internationally. I would think. I don't know. It's just crazy. But I was thinking today about the petrodollar, basically, and I don't think enough people know about it. So I'm just going to touch base. Like back in the I want to maybe the 70s. It could have been the late 60s. We were going to invade, and I'm not 100% positive. It's been a long time since I looked into this, but you'll get the the concept. So we were going to invade. I want to say it was Saudi Arabia, and we were just going to regulate the oil coming out of the country. We were going to put fences up around the oil fields and regulate it. It wasn't really going to be like we weren't taking ownership, but we were going to regulate. And England caught word of this, and England stepped in, and England worked out or negotiated a deal between the United States and them. And it's basically we are to protect their national security interests and a few other things. But in return, the U.S. dollar was used as international currency for natural gas and oil. And when I see things like, this reporter that went missing in Saudi Arabia, I start thinking about this kind of thing, because how do you honestly intervene in that situation when you have a deal with this country like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really at risk? Let's say we do something and violate our contract, and all hell breaks loose. You'd have to look at a lot of things, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, because if he was an American, and I don't care, one American, period. Like, I don't care. So, I mean, I care about the American, and like, I'll go to war for one American, period. I don't care about that. But like when you take into the pacts that are around the world and how things work, Russia is the number one exporter of natural gas in the world. Okay, so what I'm saying, they're not importing it, they're exporting it to other countries in the world. Okay, they're number one. More people rely on Russia for their natural gas needs than any other country on earth. Basically, is how I read that. So they have credibility there, and they have friends. Obviously, they're the number one exporter of natural gas. They got to have friends. So who are they giving the gas to? And they're the number 3 exporter of oil in the world. So that's huge too. Like, again, I said they're exporting it. It means they're giving it to people. They have friends. And then when you start looking into it, like Russia, North Korea, Iran, China, all these people have been meeting for years now. I don't know how secretly or silently, but the news doesn't really ever seem to want to cover it. China, North Korea, Iran, Russia, they want the international currency to be changed to the ruble or the euro. and what that would do to America's credit line around the world would be very damaging, like for us. So I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. A lot of people don't know why or how we become the country that we are, and why the whole world recognizes the dollar, whereas other currencies ain't recognized internationally in that category. But yeah. So, and I don't want anybody to, I made some videos about immigration, and I don't want anybody to feel offended, like I'm racist or something. Like when I'm talking about Mexico and them being our ally, and or not being our ally, I should say. I'm not saying anything bad about Mexico. I'm just saying that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be completely real about it, and put it all out there, and not just what you decide I should know. Quit trying to make my mind up for me. Just give me all the facts, and I'll make it up for myself. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Mexico, and I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody wanting to come to the United States. But you have friends, other family, and you have family, and the United States and the Americans are my family, and Mexico, if they choose, are friends. They got their own family. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you want to come over for dinner, let me check with my mom first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to check with people, before I could just say, hey, come on over to my house and eat. It's not a decision that's up to me. It belongs to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so get it straight. It's not meant to be offensive. It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's not meant to, it's understand it for what it is. And we'd like to help people. So don't twist it and try to make it something that's not either. It is what it is. Your friends come over, you have a good time, whatever. I don't know if you're in a poor family, rich family, whatever. I grew up, somewhere in the middle, and we couldn't afford to feed the whole neighborhood. So like, there was a lot of times when it was dinner time, it was time for your friends to go home, period. So I understand it a little differently. This is my house, this is my family, and that's just the way it is, and that's your house, and that's your family, and I respect them, and I don't wish them any harm or anything like that. So just to get that clear. Cuba, the same thing, everybody. I just want to put it out there and be real about it, then have to worry about what somebody might think. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I don't really care what you think. I just want the most informative decision making process or whatever. I don't want somebody holding back information from me and thinking that somehow I'm not capable of making up my own mind and what's right for me and my family. So anyways, now that's cleared up too. Yeah, I don't know. So the International Space Station question is the one that's really got my mind boggled right now. And I want some answers, like for real. Anyway, maybe I'll get back on a little later.